had to take winter recovery because Mother Fridger failed me on an essay that she helped me write. I was like,
me
what?
too! She failed me on. Hey, it's Dez.
Yo, it's Ceejay.
Alright, hi guys. We're gonna talk about high school since, we graduated. Ooh.
I don't want to necessarily call it a graduation because we didn't necessarily graduate, but it's fine.
Since we had a picture up on the screen on YouTube and Facebook. That's all it was.
I could have done that in my free time. Like, hey, look, graduate.
Okay, we're gonna start with freshman year. Advice: be nice to your teachers, because I wasn't, and I got so many. We don't do detentions at our school, so I got so many ISSs because I was so bad freshman year. Just, honestly, be nice to everybody. You will make a shit ton of friends. You will make friends that you will not be friends with senior year, but you will be making friends. I personally was scared because in our district, we have kids from other schools coming in. I was afraid to meet them, very intimidated because I haven't known them. Unlike the people coming from our school to, from our middle school coming to high school, I knew them, so I was more comfortable. As far as experiences go, I didn't talk to her at all freshman year. I forgot she existed after 8th grade. I was like, okay.
We weren't close until junior year. Well,
sophomore year.
Sophomore year-ish. Yeah, sophomore year. But we didn't actually get very, very close as we are now until junior year.
As far as you go, advice, experience.
Hang out with the right type of people.
Amen.
Don't drink when you're 14. Once again, hang out with the right type of people. Because I thought the way of going into high school was go into the coolest group ever, make sure that you're cool. Yeah, you have social anxiety, you don't like talking to people that much, but as long as you're in this group, you're untouchable. But based on my experience, I was not untouchable. I was prone to bullying. I was prone to going down the rabbit hole where it was a lot of smoking, drinking, all that type of stuff. And of course, I never really smoked. Drinking, on the other hand, I thought it'd be pretty cool because, peer pressure, woohoo. But just stick with your friends, stick with who you know, stick with who you believe is the good group. Don't try to be cool just because it's not cool, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Freshman year kind of sets your friend group, and then you build upon your mistakes from freshman year. Right, sophomore year, I had my first class with her. She failed it. I didn't. I passed with a C.
I had to take winter recovery because Mother Fridger failed me on an essay that she helped me write. I was like,
Me
what?
too! She found me on the...
And oh my God, you for real? No, you for fake. No, you for real.
I was so close to having to do that too, but my grade went, like, it was 2 weeks left of the semester, and I had an F. I was on the brink of not passing. I was like, okay, I have to somehow get this up, and I got it up to a C somehow. I don't know how, but I did. Unlike my other two friends, one had to actually retake the whole entire semester, but she did their credit recovery. And yeah, as far as experiences, sophomore year was pretty fun. We kind of had a falling out because of that friend. We did our talent show at our school, and yeah, they all quit on me, everybody in that group, so I had to do it by myself because of we had a project to do towards the end of the semester that we were working on in that same English class, and they had to film, and we had rehearsal that same day, and we just had a whole bunch, and it was just too much for them to handle. But my pressure was I was in literally every single club that you can name at that point. I was in every single music thing. You would not catch me. You wouldn't go to one of any ensemble concert without catching me performing.
He was active, I was not.
Very active. Your sophomore year, you
make sure you get the right English teacher. I guess don't sweat the major things, I guess, because based on the whole entire flippin' chaos that was stupid sophomore year, I had like a decent amount of friends, and like I didn't necessarily know where I was still going, but I just wanted to have fun. And that was like the year that I just said, F it, I'm having fun, which was not good considering that my parents were highly, highly strict about everything like that, and considering that my grades were not as good because of freaking English. I think that was like the hardest year that I had with
Not clicking. What's not clicking?
What's the word?
love, hope,
Yeah, sort of
like
that.
mentality.
Yeah, self-mentality. Like, I think freshman year and sophomore year was like the lowest of the low that I had for myself.
Sophomore year, everybody gets horny too, so make sure you're careful with that.
And if you do things, make sure you wear a condom. Make
please.
sure, like,
We
they
know
don't have STDs.
so many people who got pregnant who got sexual diseases because they didn't use protection. And yeah, also freshman year, for you band kids, if you suck and you're in the lowest band freshman year, it gets better as long as you practice. You have to practice, because I practiced almost every day freshman year, and I got better over the summer. Even though I was still in the lowest band, I was in the highest orchestra. I was getting into all these clubs. I got into the jazz band, and I got into so many different activities. And also, with this hoe, she joined speech team. She got in.
Oh yeah,
sophomore
that's
year.
right. Sophomore year. That was like the best year. I literally went home crying to my mom because I was like, I made it to the dream. It's stunning.
I took drama my sophomore year. I didn't audition for speech team after freshman year, and then yeah, sophomore year was just sophomore year at that point.
We don't speak of sophomore year.
We also tried to do a channel with 4 people.
Yeah,
that was
right.
this channel before we had these two. Yeah, that
4
was,
cards.
that was not gonna work.
It was not gonna work. Especially what happened afterwards.
All right. Junior year, we had what, 3 classes?
2.
2.
Because it was math and then English. Because we had each other in the beginning of the day and the end of the day.
Yeah. I thought we had another class.
2? No, I think it was just
No,
this.
I think that was, yeah.
Clicking. What's not clicking?
We would walk together in the hallways a lot. But
Yeah.
that was pretty much it because our classes were super close to each other.
As for my junior year, crazy, I moved up to the second highest man, and I got really good. The junior year, here's what we're gonna say. Junior year is hard. As long as you, but we succeeded. We did really good. Junior year was my best year
Same.
by far. I did the best. It is hard, but if you have the mentality to do it, we didn't, but we still did it. But if you set a goal, like we had a goal, we had a whole challenge to make sure we passed junior year because everybody was like, oh my god, so hard. But we had a whole challenge. We made a challenge just so we know we would pass all of our classes junior year. Some of us dropped. We ended up with 3 people at the end of the challenge. We started with 6.
Yeah.
6 or 7. But yeah, junior year was fun. I had English with her and math with her, so 2 per class. Our English teacher hated us.
Let's not forget math teacher hated us.
Oh yeah,
Both our teachers hated us.
I would just say junior year was interesting. She'll explain what she got into because that's when
It all started the madness.
End of junior year, second semester wasn't mentally in.
Clicking. What's not clicking?
Just wasn't the best for me. That I was in something that I shouldn't have been in. It was just very messy. It was a very messy end of the year. We went to prom together.
Yeah.
That was fun. We have a prom vlog. Go check that out. But junior year was fun, I guess. Yeah.
It was really fun. I would mark that as like the best year that I've had because not only did like some troubles was a little bit there, but like it was mostly fun of the fact of like I had stability in my friendship groups. I had stability in my grades because me and him are so competitive, especially when it's against each other. So we were like on top of things. So like I had stability in my grades. I still didn't quite know like what I wanted to do when I grew up, but at least like I had a stability of wanting to move forward and trying to figure that out. And then I had stability in my self-reflections and everything like that, where I started like hyping up my self-courage and trying not to be nervous all the time and trying not to let social anxiety get the best of me. But so like it was just a real good year of like being friends with everybody and like getting closer to him, which I was really, really happy about. And then going to prom, which I'm super glad that we did.
Oh my god.
My friends right now are regretting not going to junior prom. But like I literally told them, I was like, go to junior prom, like you never know. Like yeah, I get it, like, you know, prom is supposed to be like a senior thing, but at the same time, like why not still have fun? Why not still go to dances? And right now they're regretting not going to junior prom because senior prom was canceled for us.
Coronavirus!
You know? And so like I just junior year was a really good year. And
She got into color guard
oh yeah,
that
I got to color guard. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, that's why I was hinting at it. So marching band, that whole summer just
It was fun.
yes, junior year. We also did in between. I'm trying to think what else happened junior year. I had something on my mind.
Not clicking. What's not clicking?
Oh yeah, as far as we planned prom actually. As far as our English teacher from sophomore year goes, she's a very nice person. We just didn't like her as a teacher. Like, having her as a teacher was different from, like, knowing her just as a person and having her, because she was in charge of the junior class committee, and that's who planned prom. So, knowing her as a regular person and not just as a teacher was a whole different experience. Love her as a person. Teacher-wise, never again. She tried a new teaching style. It just didn't work. Yeah.
But like as a person, she was really sweet. Like she was very funny.
Yes. Funniest woman.
She was very, very funny.
I'm gonna talk in between because technically we didn't stop school after junior year because we took summer school. Wasn't bad. We only went to school like 6 days out of the whole entire summer school session that we did. So it wasn't bad. It was just, God, amount of work. Oh my God. We took government, so you can guess how why we said that.
They split us up. We didn't even have each other.
Yeah, we didn't have each other, so.
Which sucked for me because there was some enemies in there.
Yeah, there was. Oh, girl. I had mutuals.
I had enemies. And not necessarily enemies, I just wouldn't call them a mutual or an equal. Because they are questionable morals and questionable everything. And I'm much more respective of people
Right.
versus them who are very disrespected. And having them in their class and then like having no one else in there that you knew, or well, you did know, but like you had a falling out with them, so you don't necessarily talk to them. And then like just having no one else be there and your social anxiety just clamp in and you're like, get away from me please, I don't like this, I want to go home. And then on the breaks we just go straight to each other.
Yeah. All right. My summer junior year was the most fun I've ever had, even though this summer is different, and that same friend group that I was hanging out with is, well, one's dating, so I don't get to really hang out because he's always with his girlfriend, but it's fine. They're cool. Because she's my best friend. They're both my best friends, which is kind of awkward sometimes.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
As far as senior year goes, I was stupid. I made the stupid decision of doing overload, which means I didn't have a lunch period, because I don't really need my lunch period. I found it useless because I did nothing. That looks so staged, dude. It wasn't. I did nothing. Okay, so as I'm editing this right now, I'm noticing that I should explain this better. So that was my first semester schedule. Second semester, I had PE, but so it replaced psychology because psychology was only one semester course. So yeah, I had psychology first semester, and then I had PE second semester. I think also that year I started working at Statesville Haunted Prison, Haunted House. I volunteered the year before junior year. And that was fun. But as far as like academics, I got my first D senior year in one of the hardest classes at our school, AP Music Theory. I survived the class though. I took both semesters. I didn't drop. We started with 11. We ended with 5 or 6.
Oh my god. How much is Debo drilling you guys?
A lot.
Jesus Christ, I can never.
I think that book that he gives us in the beginning of the year is like 200 pages. 200 to 300 pages.
My
And we learned everything in that book.
I can never. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I also took AP English, AP Lit. That wasn't awful. It was manageable. It was just the reading. Like, we at least... She said, I won't give more than an hour of homework each night. About an hour and a half every night, though. And she would just, when we read books, it'd be like 50 to 100 pages a night. On top of marching band, on top of symphony, on top of jazz band, on top of Statesville. And she started off even more great. She started off the year with the hardest book. She said one of the hardest books that we will ever read. And you will be reading it again in college, probably.
So then why read it now?
Because it's a college course.
If you're gonna do it in college, then what's the point of doing it in
Because some
school
people can skip that class with the AP test. So, yeah. That was hard. And that also was during Statesville, and that was the toughest thing. I didn't finish the book. Nobody in that class pretty much did it. Like, there were like maybe a couple people, but nobody really read that book or finished. We just all kind of BS'd. If you think AP kids are the smartest people in the world, I will tell you right now, we are not. My English teacher said I was an average AP student, which I was very proud of. I was like, okay, as far as that class goes, I passed with a C first semester, a B second semester, and since that was weighted, that was a 4. I still don't have my scores, obviously, as we're filming this. They come in like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure I failed both tests, but it's fine. I will be making that video, as I said in my college decision reveal video. But senior year was full of same drama from junior year because I'm stupid. Senior year, obviously sad ending to our senior year, but it was great because our grades couldn't go down, so like it only went up. So I passed with grades that I didn't think I would get. Also, I took statistics senior year. If anybody tells you that stats is easy, they're wrong. It's hard, especially when you have it right after AP Music Theory. I failed my first test. And I failed a lot of things first semester. I should have took the same class as her. We would have probably been in the same math class.
You would have, and you would have Mr. Peterson would have loved us. Never mind, he probably hate us. But he would have loved us at the same time. He loves me. So if he loves me, he would have loved you.
I made that mistake. I could have switched, but I was like, no, I'm gonna power through this class. And it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. That class was hard. Like, I will never take another stats class again, and I will never take another chemistry class. Those are the 2 classes I will never. I hated chemistry with a burning passion. That I took junior year. It was just horrible. That was my first class. So, literally, I started junior year and senior year with some of the hardest classes I have taken yet. Senior year was also falling out with friends, a lot of friends who I thought were going to be friends with me. Just a lot went on for both of us.
Listen, senior year.
Go ahead and explain.
I don't want want to, because the beginning of senior year was a shit show. Ladies and gentlemen, never get a boyfriend your senior year. Please don't enjoy the single life.
Yes.
Please. Christ almighty. And especially if you do get a boyfriend, make sure that you're not the man of the relationship.
And
Yeah. That was basically my relationship with my boyfriend. I was the man of the relationship, and he was the sensitive female dog.
B word.
Insert B word here.
Yes, she is a bitch. BICTH. And in that order.
Let's see. The beginning of my senior year was not happy. A lot of BS happened senior year. It was pretty easy, I guess. Was doing a new language, which was fun. Bird. Where'd it go? ADHD check.
Both of us. I'm like
horrible. I don't want to talk about it.
he was also a J, so it's not surprising.
Not surprising. J. Why did I have to get myself in with the goddamn J? Okay, what the fuck? At this point, when am I gonna get, like, I don't know, a Z or what's not a good, or what's a good letter
I don't know.
to have? K? K's pretty good, I guess. I don't know.
K's are like Karens.
Anyways. Classes were pretty easy.
Lucky you.
I had it pretty going senior year. Like, it wasn't really necessarily hard for me, which was nice, to be honest. A good break from freshman, sophomore, and junior year. Friends, it was pretty nice. Few fallen out friends, which kind of saddens me of the few people that I've fallen out with, because I basically grew up with them. Like, since we were like 2 years old, I've grown up with them, and so that was a huge mess. Everything's a huge mess. Senior year, I went down the rabbit hole. Back all the way down from, like, high confidence, I'm gonna walk the streets, or not streets, walk the hallways with good old confidence, woohoo, to, oh my fucking god, I'm so goddamn depressed, I want to kill myself, where's the nearest bridge? And I'm still on that. Take a swan dive.
Mentally, overall, I would just say junior year and senior year mentally. Second semester of junior year. First semester I was thriving. I love that. But second semester mentally, I got into some things. I did stupid mistakes second semester of senior year. Worst mistake of my life. Mm-hmm. One of the worst. Let's just say musical got canceled. My mentality went down the drain, and I did something stupid. Just mentally perhaps we weren't well.
And this quarantine staying inside.
Oh, it's not doing me justice.
It did not do any justice. You would think, oh, since the kids are inside, they get to appreciate life as it is, blah, blah, blah,
I'd
blah.
rather go to school.
Yeah. Well, not really.
I'd rather go to school. I'd rather be around people and risk the canonas.
The canonas. For me, I'd rather be not in school, but like going to like theme parks.
Around people.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I'm going to Florida. I probably have already gone to Florida by the time this is out, so I understand everything Harry Potter wise now, because I still have to watch the last two, but yeah. You could come with if you paid.
I don't have any money. I don't work.
Exactly. I would say overall, mentally wise, high school is draining. For any of you incoming freshmen, it's going to be draining, but you will get through it. Two of our dumbest friends got through it. You can get through it.
Other than that, like, yeah, what he said, you can get through it. It's just a matter of taking things slow and enjoying what you can.
You need to join activities, especially if you want to go to college. You need to build that resume. And you need to do good in school. You need to take your 4 years of math. You need to take your 3 years of social science, whatever you call it. You need to take your 3 years of science. You have to do that. It's going to be draining, and I know you're going to be like, oh my gosh, but I promise it's worth it. I got into the college that I've always wanted to go to, and I got into my dream college that I'm not going to. It's worth it. It's so worth it to do good in school. Like, my first 2 years, I didn't think about it till my junior year, where I was like, oh my gosh, I could have done so much better. I could have been in NHS. I could have been in probably the Math Honor Society, and I could have done so much more my freshman and sophomore year if I had known what my possibilities were. Just, you're gonna figure out, you will get through it. Like, I know you juniors and sophomores are like, oh my god, I'm literally gonna be a senior soon. And I know you seniors are like, oh my gosh, I'm senior now. What the heck do I do? We can film a college process video if you want to see how that is. That's gonna be draining, seniors. The college process, yes. Yeah, I know you've heard this like 20,000 times, but it will be draining. It will be a lot. I finished my college process 2 weeks ago.
I'm still not finished. Yeah, there's two different types of the spectrum here.
Yeah. But just, if you know, also for you seniors applying, if you don't think you're going to get into a school, still apply. You never know. Now, if you have like low GPAs, like if it's obvious you know that you won't get into that school, that's a different story. Yeah. Like, if you're trying to go to Yale but you have like a 1.0 GPA, then obviously that's probably realistically not gonna happen, right? But like if you think, like, as long as you think, like, you can do it. Also, SAT, honestly, they're not really gonna care. I know that half of you aren't taking it anyways, because it got canceled. It actually got canceled.
Lucky.
I took it twice, and my score went down, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do the high score, and I'm just gonna deal with it. And now I'm going to a college I've always wanted to go to.
Community college.
Community college, but she'll be going to flight school, so. And then after college, I'm going to flight school. And then after flight school, I'll be a flight attendant. We'll both be flight attendants. And then I'm going to go get my master's and my doctorate.
And I'll be in the air.
To be a psychologist.
Then you can help me with my mental problems.
Yes.
Yay!
I can do that after. I can do that now. Just, you're going to get through high school. If you don't think you are, if you're thinking about dropping out, don't do it.
I will personally fight you.
Don't do it. Don't. It's dropping out. I know so many people who have dropped out. Also, juniors, you can graduate early if you're a sophomore now. But if you're like going into your sophomore year, because juniors can do it too. But juniors, you can graduate early. I know a couple people who did, and they're in college. If you feel like high school is like, you're like, I cannot survive this last year, this was, you want to do your, as my choir teacher would say, your victory lap early, your last semester of high school, then graduate early if you really want. I could have graduated early with how many credits I took. I think I graduated with like almost 30 credits. Nice. You only need 22 to graduate, so.
I have no clue. I don't pay attention.
They blocked me from half now, so.
We're no longer in the school system.
No.
Hooray!
Just, high school's a trip. Just enjoy it. make friends, join activities, join a lot of activities. We said this before, but find clubs, find a lot of clubs. It's how you make your friends technically. Obviously you can make friends through classes, but you can make friends through similar interests.
For those of you who have like social anxiety, as of myself, it's scary. I know. Like, you have so much anxiety, you don't know what's going on and everything like that. And like, for me, I didn't want to join clubs at all because of my social anxiety, and I just did not want to have to deal with people because I don't know how to talk to people. But to be honest, it's more of a thing of a fake it till you make it type deal. Like, the many times that I had to fake my confidence just to talk to people, and I ended up getting things that, you know, some people would dream about having, which is like, you know, a bunch of friends that like actually like you for who you are, not for your looks or if you're popular or not or anything like that. Like, I know it's gonna be scary. I know with every single time that you talk to someone, you hold your breath hoping that, you know, they won't ask any like specific questions where you had to like freak out just to think about it and stuff like that. Like, I get it. I completely get it. You know, but even if you do have social anxiety and, you know, you don't necessarily want to join anything, just join. Pick up your gosh darn adult pants and just go for it, you know? Because that's like the one thing that I do regret, is not being enough confident to actually join in things. And like, yeah, I'm pretty sure in college, my first year, I'm not going to join anything because I'll be too scared to do anything. I know that for a fact, like 100%. He's making me. So like, breathe, take a second, think about it, go for it. And I know it's not that simple, I know it's not that easy, but to be honest, that's all I can give you, because the many times that I had to hold my breath just to like actually press the button and say, okay, I'm gonna do this. The many times that I had to like build up enough courage to just be like, okay, I am here. You know, it's a lot. Like, it'll be a lot on your anxiety, and it'll be a lot to just do specific stuff of joining groups, having friends, and getting yourself out there. Like, it took a lot for me to like join speech. It took a lot for me to join color guard. It took a lot for me to like be noticed in my classrooms, because I just would not talk whatsoever because I was too scared. Like, my sophomore year teacher and senior year teacher, Mr. Peterson, he knew me as the quiet kid, but also knew me as the kid who would write, you know, things on his chalkboard and draw random things and just give it to him. And my senior year, he saw me grow in math, and he absolutely loved it. And sometimes, like, I would speak in math, something that I never did my sophomore year. I would never speak. And like, yeah, I had friends my sophomore year where they were in my classrooms and I would only speak to them, but like, to speak out in front of the class, I would never do that. Versus senior year, where I actually did do that because I built up enough courage to actually do it, and he absolutely loved it. You know, it gets hard with social anxiety. It gets hard with like knowing that what if, you know, you say something wrong, or like if something happens and there's no way to fix it, or what if at one point my voice like cracks and I have no clue how to fix it, or anything like that. Like, so many things run your mind, and like, you're shaking, you're not breathing well, you're not okay. Just take a deep breath, rethink it all, and then say it. Don't hold yourself back. Like, right now, that whole entire spiel, I was shaking the whole entire time, because like, I was like, what if I say something wrong with everything? Like, it happens in your brain, and I get it. We fully get it. We have anxiety. We know what's going on. So please join something. Join something that you know for a fact that you're going to love, because that will definitely build up your confidence. That'll definitely build up your will to start speaking out for yourself. Because for me, speech team was my click. Speech team was the point where I had, okay, I have confidence. If I'm able to speak and act in front of so many people with a judge judging me in the room, just to have like that first place win versus so many other people, then I'm pretty sure I can go up to a waiter and say, hey, can I have some ranch? Which I still need confidence for. But, you know.
Gen Z things.
Yeah. We can body slam a cop, but we can't have some ranch. But, you know, just go for it. Like, prove your anxiety wrong. Prove it wrong. If you're one of those people that love to prove people wrong, prove your own self wrong. If your own self is telling you you can't do it, fucking do it and just prove yourself wrong. If your anxiety is saying, oh, you're gonna mess this up when you speak, prove it wrong. Speak perfectly. Or not necessarily perfectly, but just get your voice out, you know?
Be you.
Be you. Like, do what you can to just be you. It doesn't matter if you're, you know, different from other people. Like, right now, we all want equality. That's why things are going around BSing and everything like that. So why not fight for yourself, you know?
Right.
So that's literally all we have to say. Like, just be you, be confident, if you can. Fake it till you make it, sweetheart. But just don't hold your breath anymore. Just breathe.
If you have that club that you don't think you're gonna make it in, just, if it's on an audition club, audition for it. I may almost make the mistake freshman year of not auditioning for musical. Even though I did musicals in middle school and before that, high school, I was like, I'm not gonna make it. Ended up making it every year, but no flex.
But yeah, like with me, I auditioned for GI senior year because I auditioned for musical, but I haven't gotten in, or I didn't get in any of the years, which is fine, whatever. Not salty. But anyways, I hate singing in front of people. I really do. But I still auditioned for musical only because my friends were there and I wanted to be with my friends. And my 7th and 8th grade year, I was in 2 musicals and I was just on the ensemble. And I love being in the ensemble because my voice goes with everybody else, so nobody can hear me sing. And like, it's just me acting. That's it. It's literally just me acting and then singing when other people are singing, which I was completely fine with because my voice was being drowned out by other people's voice. So when it was an actual high school musical where you had to actually audition and like sing in front of other people, I was terrified. I hated it and I was like shaking so badly. I'm shaking right now thinking about it again. But like, in middle school musicals, you just get in no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're good or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But like with high school musicals, it does matter because like that's literally like a gateway into your future. And so like when I auditioned for freshman and sophomore year, I didn't get in, and my sophomore year I just did crew, which I was fine with because I liked playing with the lights. and like my junior year I just wanted to do speech and that because I was just strictly acting. And then senior year I wanted to do GI, but doesn't necessarily like count for seniors because there's nothing to work on there, but whatever. And so no, it takes a lot of confidence to be able to do that, especially with me where I can barely talk to like a waiter or somebody else without like freaking out or freezing or like going back into my shell and just like have a little girl voice where it's just like, yeah, can I have like this and this and that? Can I have that? Do you want this? Sure. Like that type of stuff. Like I still need to pause before I actually speak, you know? And so like, but speech helped me come out of my shell just a little bit more, because before that I would have my mom speak for me because I could not speak for myself, and she hated speaking for me because it's like, oh, you have a voice, just say something. And I'm like, I can't. Like I legit can't.
My parents made me speak. That's why I'm so extra sometimes, because my parents made me speak. I always ordered my own food. I've always done that. So like, that's like a start ordering your own food. If you have anxiety, just start ordering your own food. Some of your clubs will break that shell
Literally.
Especially if you're a freaking acting theater kid. That will break your shell.
But it takes a lot, and we get it. Especially, like, 4 years worth of, like, constant anxiety. It takes a lot out of you. Like, we 100% get it. We 100% are with you guys when you say, like, you know, it's obvious, like, oh, yeah, they say all this stuff, but it's like, they don't know us. Like, kid, we've been in your shoes. We know exactly what's going on. Yeah, maybe our situations were a little bit different, but we know what's going on around us. We have friends that were going through the same thing.
I had friends in pretty much every group. I had the popular friends. I had the anxious friends, the fresh friends. I've had friends in every friend group, so I know pretty much where everybody's coming from.
Exactly. Like, I had friends who were pregnant. I had friends who parents beat them, like, and I had to deal with, like, them crying whenever, like, their parents were yelling at them. Like, I had to deal with depressed people. I had to deal with suicidal people. I had to deal with people's boyfriends and stuff like that, and people who were pissed off, and all that drama and all this and this and that, friends doing friends wrong, backstabbing, like, all of the above. We don't need to talk about that, Junior. Jesus Christ, we don't need to talk about that. But like, we basically deal with everything. And, like, granted, he was more popular than I was, but I was there for emotional support for other people. And so, like, he was all up in the tea, I was just listening in. But there was some times where I was all up in the tea and he was listening in, and then we would confer together. So it's hard for 4 years, but at the same time, it's easier when you have that specific click. And for those of you who don't have that specific click, and you think that you're alone, or you know for a fact that you're alone, and you're that kid that sits in, like, the lunch table alone with nobody but, like, your computer or anything like that, like, it'll get easier, I promise. Like, some of the most loneliest kids end up being the most successful people.
Right.
And that's really inspiring, you know? So if you think of ending your life today, please rethink it. It's not worth it. And, like, yeah, suicide is very, like, iffy at the moment, considering quarantine, and, like, people are being stuck with other, like, parents and everything like that. Like, we completely get it. We completely get, like, 4 years of this shit. We 100% get it. But it'll be worth it in the end. And you'll be off in college pretty soon.
Yeah.
Which
it's
we're still not
crazy.
ready.
I'm going to college. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I feel so old. Knowing that you're going to college, you seniors, when you graduate, it's crazy. But, like, as you said, you'll get through it. We'll all get through it. We're pretty much starting all over again.
Mm-hmm.
I've already kind of made my friends with my group chat, but you're going to college with people we went to high school with.
And guess who else is going to high school or my college? Jay.
Oh.
Yeah. When I thought
Oh
he
yeah,
was
I
going-
know that.
Why the frick is he going to that college? He was literally going to a different college, so why the fuck is he going there? Which is fine. I can ignore him. I've been ignoring him. I mean, I blocked him on everything, so.
I made her do it.
Mm-hmm. I really hope that's all gonna be edited. Because I don't even know if he still watches us. Does he? I really hope not.
He watched us?
Yeah, he found our channel.
Oh.
So the many times.
Hey girl, how you doing?
Fuck you. But anyways, so
That's like it. That's
literally it.
Yeah, that's all we have. Just-
If you have a best friend like this one, keep him. You introverts, keep him. He will take the extrovert out of you. I'm an introvert. I don't like
I'm
talking to people.
neither. I'm just more of an extrovert. You have to. Here's my thing. If you are afraid and you're an introvert, you have to
Find
just
someone.
not care what people think. That's what makes me, because, like, I'm like, you know, I care what people think, but, like, honestly, like I'll, like, dance in the freaking middle of the mall. Like, I don't care what people think, and I'll just do whatever. Like obviously, like, it's scary, and trust me, I get scared. Sometimes I'm just like, but
And that's where I complain. Let's go.
you're right.
Like whenever he's scared, I come out and be like, "Let's go." And then whenever I'm scared, he comes out and be like, "Let's go." Like we're like the perfect dynamic.
Right.
So like that's why, like, if you have a friend like him, please keep him. Keep them.
You're gonna make me cry.
Because like those type of people will definitely bring the best out of you. Like with me, I'm not necessarily like he said, like dance in the middle of the mall type of person. Like if I was just by myself or with like my other introvert friends, I would not be dancing in the middle of the mall. But if he starts dancing in the middle of the mall, you bet your ass I'm gonna be dancing in the middle of the mall with him. And we just be in the middle of the mall just And so that's basically like how to live your life. And like I'm so happy that we got closer, because like he helps me get out like what I'm supposed to be, or not what's supposed to be, but like
wait till we're 21.
You're leaving me. Which is bad for me. Good for you, but bad for me.
I'll be back to club with you, don't worry.
Okay. I'll sometimes fly all the way to Utah and be like, "What's up, Mormon?" Kick it through your doors. But basically, just have fun. Even if it may be hard and some things are even if it may be hard and like some things are a bit like BS, just take it with a smile. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. That has been my motto since like as long as I can remember, is just fake it till you make it.
Me and musical auditions. There's 8 people in the room plus the 5 judges. You're just like, okay, you know what?
Let me just crawl back into my shell. I don't need that. But yeah, so just have fun.
That's high school.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun, but be safe and smart.
Don't get pregnant, ladies. Please.
Men, please stop. Please stop it with the cat calling and all that. It's not fun. It's not right. They don't feel comfortable. So don't do it.
That's why I'm
Disrespect women. That's all you have.
Please.
That's all you have to do.
Respect women. And that's
And
why I'm not on straight TikTok.
Me.
Straight TikTok is a different thing.
Yes.
It's a different animal. As soon as I found out like what straight TikTok meant as to why people stay away from it, I went straight to gay TikTok. I was like, fuck that, nope. I am jumping. Goodbye.
But yeah, find your friend like us. Inseparable at this point. You extroverts need to find introverts to
Get them out.
continue. you get them out. And you can just make sure you both don't make stupid mistakes like we try to keep ourselves from doing, but we still do them.
We are the definition of stubborn.
Hey, Jesse.
But did a bird shit on my window?
Okay.
Ah!
Alright, that's pretty much it. To the outro. Hi guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like,
Comment.
share,
And
subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. We post normally, I guess.
Listen.
Bye!